Brought to you by Wall Street Prison Consultants.
Now let's talk about how much prison time you could be facing under the U.S. sentencing guidelines. The U.S. sentencing guidelines for fraud are laid out in Section 2B1.1, titled Larceny, Embezzlement, and Other Forms of Theft, Fraud, Deceit and Forgery. The penalties for fraud under federal law may include imprisonment, up to 30 years in federal prison, and fines up to $1 million. Restitution compensation to the victim, and asset forfeiture, and seizure of assets involved in the fraud and long-term effects on personal and professional reputation. The specific offense levels, based on loss amounts under USSG Section 2B1.1 are as follows. Loss of $500,000. This loss amount corresponds to an increase of 14 levels in the offense level calculation. Loss of $2 million. This larger loss would result in an increase of 18 levels. For a first-time offender, the total offense level would be calculated by considering various factors, including the base offense level, specific offense characteristics, and any applicable adjustments. Assuming a base offense level of 7, typical for fraud offenses under USSG 2B1.1, and no other adjustments other than dollar loss, with a $500,000 loss, the total offense level would be 21, corresponding to a sentencing range of 37 to 46 months. With a $2 million loss, the total offense level would be 25, corresponding to a sentencing range of 57 to 71 months. These guidelines provide a framework, but the final sentencing can vary based on the judge's discretion and other specific factors related to the case. An experienced federal criminal defense attorney can provide the best advice and representation for anyone facing these serious charges. Now, let's talk about Wall Street Prison Consultants. Hiring Wall Street Prison Consultants when facing federal criminal charges can provide valuable support and guidance through a complex and intimidating process, and help defendants take advantage of programs offering substantial early release. Here's why someone in this situation might consider hiring them. While there's no shortage of criminal defense attorneys to represent defendants in the courtroom, most attorneys' knowledge of custody ends at the prison gates, leaving clients to fend for themselves after the judge renders sentencing. According to legal statistics, 97% of those charged are convicted, with thousands of white-collar defendants sentenced to federal prison each year, the majority being first-time offenders clueless what to expect upon entering custody. Wall Street's services begin long before a defendant even goes inside, and continues after release. Depending on when retained, they guide clients through indictment, trial, pleas, sentencing, and prison survival, all the way through supervised release. By using their services, clients develop an edge when dealing with their lawyers. Wall Street takes the mystery out of the judicial court process by educating clients with easy-to-understand step-by-step explanations on federal criminal statutes, indictments, and how it applies to them, so they can make educated decisions about their case and understand the ramifications of a criminal trial versus taking a plea agreement. As I'm sure you're aware, prisons can be dangerous places, and having knowledge about prison policies, early release programs, medical care, inmate jobs, dealing with gangs, staff interactions, and the basic politics surrounding incarceration are the keys to surviving successfully and returning home safely. Many defendants are often confused listening to lawyers, friends, and family members about what will happen to them and whether hiring a prison survival consultant is helpful at all. While others may have opinions, they are typically not qualified opinions. And once sentenced, it's the defendant's freedom and safety at stake, with everyone else's well-meaning opinions being worthless. When going to prison, knowledge is key, and hiring a prison consultant with facts instead of uninformed viewpoints can be the difference between early release and spending unnecessary time in custody. Wall Street Prison Consultants have detailed knowledge of both the federal legal system and the inner workings of the federal prison system. Their expertise can demystify the process for defendants and their families and help them prepare for what lies ahead by offering strategies and advice on how to reduce sentencing length through various legal channels and inmate programs, focusing on aspects legal teams might overlook. If a prison sentence is unavoidable, Wall Street prepares defendants for the realities of prison life, teaches them survival tactics, and helps with the emotional transition from freedom to confinement, as well as securing designation to a preferred facility that meets an inmate's needs and aligns with their specific security level or health requirements. Wall Street offers support in planning for life after release, including supervised release requirements and re-entry into society, and doesn't make false promises, but provide a realistic view of the situation and what can be done to mitigate it. While they are not lawyers, they often work in conjunction with legal teams to make sure that all aspects of the defendant's situation are being considered and offer more personalized and continuous support compared to a legal team, especially during the post-trial and imprisonment stages. In essence, they can provide comprehensive support tailored to the unique needs and challenges faced by someone charged with a federal crime, and help them navigate through both the legal and prison systems. It's a specialized service that can add an extra layer of support and guidance that complements the legal defense, but doesn't replace the need for competent legal representation. For more information, contact the director and founder of Wall Street Prison Consultants, Larry Levine, at 213-948-1069, or by email at help@wallstreetprisonconsultants.com. Or visit us on the web at wallstreetprisonconsultants.com.